That's not the only sort of debut of WrestleMania season that happened this week. Rob Gronkowski, was officially announced that he is coming to WWE. His coattail rider, Mojo Rawley, was, of course, all up in on it. And he made his debut this Friday, on SmackDown. Spoiler, we are recording this directly following SmackDown on Friday night. I've seen a lot of things on Twitter, a lot of people messaging me about how much they hated Rob Gronkowski's entrance and everything like that. To me, as having somebody, despite my absolute loathing of the New England Patriots, somebody that has had a lot of affection for Rob Gronkowski over his NFL career, I expected nothing less from Rob Gronkowski. To me, that was classic Gronk. That's who he is. And had he done it in front of a live crowd, I think it would have worked magnificently. That's just, to me, that was Gronk on the Gronk Cruise. That's what he does. Yeah. That's who he is. I didn't have a problem with that at all. The rest of the segment, I could maybe take or leave. But what did you think of Gronk's entrance and then his debut?
Yeah, I mean, look, come on. Gronk is forever a young boy. No matter how old he is, he's always going to be just have that young, free-spirited personality, mentality. So, yeah, he's forever going to be a frat boy. So I expect nothing less, as you said, when he came out, just looked like he's having fun. He's embracing the moment. So I think for him, he's getting involved in other projects, life after the NFL. So for him, he's probably like, sure, I'll do this. Can hang out with one of my best friends in Mojo Rawley, which, by the way, Mojo, you notice looks like he's very much dropped the most recent gimmick he had with the black and blue outfit with the paint lines on his face and the shattered
mirror thing.
Yeah. So it looks like he's back to old Mojo, just one of the hype boys.
Well,
so,
in my opinion, what it's building to is him attacking Gronk and that being sort of his first physicality. I think it's got to be.
Yeah,
I don't think they all of a sudden think that just because Gronk there, it's going to make Mojo a player. They tried it. They tried to give him the rub with Gronk's involvement before and stuff like that, and it didn't really take. So I think Mojo is going to turn on Gronk. That's sort of what I'm taking away from it.
Well, yeah, and then it could be a good way to give him some heat if they really want him to be a heel, and therefore it can kind of maybe rejuvenate the bad heel run he had most recently, and this could kind of maybe jumpstart into a more prominent role for him.
And I liked hype bro Mojo Rawley. I was a fan. I wanted him to succeed. I loved him on Breaking Ground. Him riding around Dana Brooke was hilarious. I've always been rooting for the guy. I'm sorry that it's just such a failure to launch with his 24/7 title thing and the whole offensive lineman who betrayed him the first chance he got, and just like all this stuff. Not great, but we'll see if Gronk's presence can jumpstart Mojo Rawley's career, whether that's as a babyface and maybe tagging with Gronk, or I see heel turn all over it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. It just sucks. You and I have been watching for so long now. It's like we can't enjoy a moment or a bromance in the ring without thinking, oh, he's going to turn on that guy real soon.
Well, I'm enjoying it, but I'm reading the tea leaves from what I've seen with Mojo's career too, and the fact that he was a heel an eyelash ago.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, Riddick Moss and him, their partnership didn't last too long, and then he was taken off TV once Riddick Moss became 24/7 champion. So maybe they just took him off TV, and it's like, okay, we're going to repackage you as your old self, and we're going to try to get Gronk involved. So hypothetically speaking, it could be the launch of a babyface run on SmackDown.
I would argue that what in sort of the and again, this is just all speculation, but I would argue that the chronology of that is, hey, we're going to put you as 24/7 champion. We're going to do this whole offensive lineman thing. Gronk finally makes his decision. Hey, I want to come to WWE. It's like, all right, yeah, we're going to scrap that, and we're going to get it off you and take you off TV and then pair you with Gronk. Like, that's how I think it goes. It's like, yeah, we're going to involve you with Gronk, but we got to kill this other thing that we just started. Okay.
Well, it's just funny. I'm just laughing because it's like, in the last 5 minutes, we talked more about Mojo Rawley than ever before. Like, he must be loving this. The attention.
Gronk effect, man.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It makes sense for Gronk to appear on SmackDown, on Fox, NFL. I mean, it just all the, Fox wants the more sports feel to the SmackDown show. So it maybe for Mojo, maybe this is a little bit of he's switched over brands as well. So it could be a blessing for Mojo in his WWE career. better.
I hope Gronk takes to the business well. The segment with Baron Corbin and Elias and Gronk and Mojo, it, like, as a segment was not great, and as a moment, like doing like the jock like lay behind the guy and push him over with Corbin, it was just. It was so cringe. And then even how Elias and Corbin were just like all knees and elbows trying to sort of like engage each other physically. It was just like, yikes, dude.
Well, so is Gronk like now has the power to, as host, make matches?
He's hosting? No, he specifically goes, that was one of the most awkward things. Like, I don't have the authority to make matches as the host, but I'm going to advocate for this one at WrestleMania. I'm like, no, that all came off horribly. Like, it just was, it just was not great. But, bless him for trying. And I think in terms of a host for WrestleMania, Gronk is a great call for that. He hosted some very successful party cruises, and some Super Bowl parties and everything like that. Gronk is a national treasure of an American. Like he's great, and his involvement is going to lead to some really fun moments in WWE, in my opinion. He was ready made for that. We talked about this. We should run back some of that audio when we had George Kittle on of the San Francisco 49ers and wrestling, super fan. We asked him about if he thought Gronk would be coming to WWE and maybe perhaps even George Kittle's future in WWE. So this was a match made in heaven. It's something that a lot of people saw coming, and it's a rough time for him to be starting out because he doesn't have the people to play off of, which is something that somebody like him feeds off of so well. There is classic upon classic Gronk audio from his press conferences and from media days on Super Bowl week and stuff like that, of just the things that comes out of his mouth that are so entertaining and hilarious. I'm very excited for his future with the company. It's just unfortunate that it is happening at this very difficult moment in time.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's naturally has charisma, and so that's going to play well in WWE. So what he might lack in the wrestling side of things that it's not necessarily natural to him, he'll make up for, with his personality. And like you said, I mean, the funny videos and other vignettes that they can maybe do with him down the road. I just hope the lack of crowd won't discourage him, and maybe he gets cold feet moving forward. I just hope he is patient and rides this out because, like you said, it could be a really fun personality that can really help inject some fun into WWE.
For those of you that don't know, Rob Gronkowski, I mean, this is off the top of my head from my days as a sports talk radio producer and sports update guy. Some of the most classic audio content in my entire career doing that. Rob Gronkowski, after scoring his 68th career touchdown, and it was like tying some sort of record or whatever, and a reporter asked him, I was like, you need like, you got your 68th touchdown. And he's like, yeah, if I get one more, I'm going to have my 69th touchdown. And he starts giggling to himself like baby Huey often giggles to himself before we start recording. And then he points to another where he's like, look at that guy. He knows what I'm talking about.
One more, I got 69 touchdowns, if you know what I mean. Only you know what I mean, baby.
And it's like, he is such a man-child. It's not to be believed. He's a great human being. So I'm looking forward to him bringing those sorts of zany, entertaining moments to WWE. And I do think he will be an able host for WrestleMania. I think he would have been, perfect, especially for having a crowd in attendance. We'll see how it goes with, again, this sort of workarounds that they have to deal with.